Welcome to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Andrew Bartolotta. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making an impact, empowering the good in our community and around the globe. Now imagine floating high above the treetops, gently swaying with the breeze as you take in breathtaking views of the Mid-South. This is the magic of hot air ballooning, and it's in the heart of the upcoming Collierville Balloon Festival. Joining us to talk about what attendees can expect at this year's event, from the mass ascension of balloons to the Friday Night Lights event for children and adults with special needs, is Vice President of the Collierville Balloon Festival, Chad Lindsay of Alston Construction, who is also the title sponsor. Chad, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew, for having me.
Now, talk about how Alston Construction is passionate about hot air balloons and sort of how that ties in before we get started about the Collierville Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Yeah, so we actually own a balloon, a hot air balloon. It's housed up in our New Jersey office, and we are involved and sponsor multiple hot air balloon festivals across the country.
What inspired the organizers to bring a hot air balloon festival to Collierville, Tennessee?
First, there's not an event like this anywhere in the area. You'd have to travel to Alabama or Missouri to find a hot air balloon event. So we thought, why can't we have one here? I was involved early on, and Alston Construction, it's important to us to give back to the communities that we work in. So knowing that we had our own hot air balloon with Alston Construction in big letters on the side of it, it's great advertising. I thought, why not get involved in this and sponsor it and actually help it operate and be successful.
Talk about the logistics of this year's Collierville Balloon Festival, date, time, what people can expect, and how they can be a part of this really unique festival in our area.
The dates this year are September 15th, 16th, and 17th. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is a closed event, and this is what it's really got me excited. We call it Friday Night Lights. It is for special needs children and their families, and it's a free event. There's all kinds of things to do. We do ask for sponsorships for these families. Last year we were able to host 370 families that enjoyed free carnival rides. They enjoyed arts and crafts. There was a kids zone. Of course, there's always the hot air balloon tethered ride. So, it was Friday nights, a great event. It is closed to the public, though. Saturday and Sunday, open to the public. The balloon ascension both days is right at sunrise. That's where all the balloons hit the field. It's still dark out when they get there. They prepare their balloons, and then as the sun rises, all the balloons take off. It's pretty neat to see, and there's no charge for that. It's anybody can come and watch the balloons take off. The actual event of the festival will open up at 3:00 in the afternoon both days, and we will have live bands. We'll have four bands this year, just like last year, and the bands will start at about 4:00 in the afternoon. And like I said, there's all that stuff to do. The carnival, the balloon rides, tethered balloon rides, kids zone, arts and crafts, food. It's a great event.
Now, talk about the community involvement. You have sort of this marketplace where people can stroll through and support local artisans and see their work available for purchase. Of course, hot air balloons are the draw, but there is a lot to it as well. Talk about sort of that marketplace that people can go to and really make a whole weekend out of it.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll have about 100 vendors. We may end up exceeding that as we get closer to the event, but there's local artists. I mean, it's just really anything you could think of. There's a vendor out there that will have what you're looking for, or it might be some kind of art project, or all kinds of fun stuff for the kids and family. And there's great food out there. The food vendors last year were just phenomenal. So we'll have the same vendors, food vendors, and more this year.
Now, the Collierville Balloon Festival is a registered 501c3. You are a nonprofit and you are lifting and really soaring to new heights, to use a pun in hot air balloons, literacy and educational efforts for community children and other area efforts for education. Talk about some of the educational needs in the community and how the Collierville Balloon Festival is supporting those efforts through the donations and the funds from the festival to then impact our own community.
Yes, you are correct. We are a nonprofit organization. This past year, we raised about $200,000 that 100% of the proceeds go to education, and that's dispersed, throughout the Memphis area, to different schools, different organizations. The Rotary clubs in the Memphis area are heavily involved. We give to a lot of the schools inside of Memphis, Collierville schools. It's just anything that goes towards education. I mean, that's important to really all of the board members to make the education the best we can make it in the area.
And you did mention Rotary being a huge part of this existing and expanding year after year. Talk about what it means to be a Rotarian and civic minded, and why putting in these efforts to give back, because obviously this is a huge event, takes a lot of time and effort. And so talk about what it means to actually put in the work to then see it come to life and the benefits that it's been able to impact with so many education nonprofits and schools, like you said, in our area.
Yeah, so I mean that really for Alston Construction, it comes from the top down. The owner of the company, Carl Panatoni, as well as our CEO, Paul Little. It's very important to them to be able to give back in every community that we work in across the country. And then of course, it starts with them, but it just trickles down. I mean, everybody in our office here in Collierville is, very excited to be a part of, giving back to the community and, seeing the results of that when, we're handing checks to, different organizations that provide education, whether it's teachers or, what have you. We see that money actually go to where it needs to go to help with education. And then Rotary Club involved with that. All the Rotary clubs in the Memphis area. I'm involved with the local Collierville chapter, and they do wonderful things for people all across the world. So glad to have them heavily involved in the Balloon Fest as well.
And talk about how the festival really contributes to the local economy, the town of Collierville, the city of Memphis, the Mid-South in its entirety, the kind of benefits that local businesses and residents receive by having an amazing, immersive experience like the Collierville Balloon Festival inside their city and region.
I don't have the numbers for this past year, but I know that the prior year it was a huge impact to all the local businesses. The hotels, especially the restaurants. We have people coming in town from, really from the West Coast to attend this event. A lot of people from Mississippi, Missouri. So those people come in town, they need a place to stay. They need to, go and eat at restaurants or, even eating at the Balloon Festival. But it's a lot of people, descending on the city of Collierville. So it's great for the local economy here. Which is it's great for the overall community.
Talk about why Collierville and what benefits Collierville has with the Balloon Festival.
I've lived here for 20 years. Our office has been in Collierville for 7 years now. But it's a town. I think we're around 55,000 population. We have really good restaurants here locally. It is a historic town. I've been here 20 years, but I couldn't tell you when the town was founded. But there's great people here. There's a lot of good companies that have planted their headquarters here. And really we're run we have a great mayor, great board of aldermen, and there's a lot of good organizations within the city. We've got probably the best school system in the entire state. It's done very well, produced a lot of talented students. And then, I guess why Collierville for the location of the Balloon Festival? The flight path actually works out very well. The flight path goes, typically it's the wind is coming out of the south. These balloons, they don't have, a steering wheel. So you kind of go with the wind, and it's typically out of the south, which keeps us away from Memphis International Airport. So, and they frown upon balloons, flying across their runways. But yeah, so all great things in Collierville, and it was a perfect spot. We have a perfect location, right, really in the heart of Collierville.
Well, I love that you mentioned the flight path, because that's something as a consumer and just a spectator you would never really understand. Talk a little bit about logistics. If someone's coming to attend, what should they maybe wear? What should they expect? What time should they come? And talk about the logistics of the event there.
The event on Saturday and Sunday, it opens at 3. It's an open field. It's grassed area. So, tennis shoes, shorts, t-shirt, definitely be comfortable. You can grab a blanket and a chair and listen to the bands play.
Do you have the entertainment lined up yet that you'd like to sort of tease us with what to expect, or maybe share some of the entertainment in the past that was really well received?
Yeah, so last year we were fortunate. We had great bands. We had Almost Famous. We had the Amber McCain Band. We had Kevin and Bethany Page, and we had a local artist, Brooke Fair. Now, the first 3, Almost Famous, Amber McCain, and Kevin and Bethany Page, I actually got to see all 3 of them play just last night at the Lafayette Music Awards. So great bands. We'll have 4 very talented bands again this year. We don't have them locked in yet, so I'm not going to mention who they are, but it will be good entertainment for sure.
Definitely. When you talk about those bands, Almost Famous, Kevin and Bethany Page, I've seen them multiple times, and they are, that in themselves is proof to come out and support this event. What puts a smile on your face when you look at this being the 3rd year where thousands have enjoyed this unique event in the Mid-South?
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to be a part of it. I mean, to see something, from its infancy to what it's become, and knowing that every year it's just going to get better and better. I'm proud. I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to know the people and got to know the people on the board. And there's so many people involved. It takes 100+ people to pull off an event like this. So there's a lot of time and effort behind the scenes to make this happen. And I just glad that I'm part of it.
Where can people go to learn more about the Collierville Balloon Festival, dates, times, ticket information, entertainment? Maybe if they want to support the event, where do people go to learn more?
So the website is up. It's colliervilleballoonfestival.com. You can find all the information that you need really on that website, purchasing tickets, times for the events, times when the bands will play, what all's out there as far as carnival and rides and all of that. So and then sponsorships as well. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, we're always looking for sponsorships. Last year you could sponsor a family for $175. It'll probably be the same this year, but we'll accept any donations from anybody who wants to contribute to this event.
Come on out later this year for the 3rd installment of the Collierville Balloon Festival. Chad Lindsay, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yep, thank you very much, Andrew, and I hope to see you at this fun family event.